Hello, everybody. This is lecture 2 on radioactivity. So, we have two types of radioactivity. One is natural radioactivity, second one is artificial radioactivity. So, what is natural radioactivity? Natural radioactivity is the spontaneous phenomenon of emission of alpha, beta, and gamma rays by the heavier elements which is observed in nature. So when we say spontaneous, that means this particular reaction, it happens on its own, and that is how we are calling it as a natural radioactivity. So uranium with Z equals to 92, that is atomic number equals to 92, thorium with atomic number equals to 90, and radium with atomic number 88 are the few names of naturally existing radioactive nuclei. They have very long half-lives, and these elements also show successive disintegration with the existence of large number of short-lived daughter elements. Now this statement is very important. So these elements show successive disintegration. So let's see what is successive disintegration first. What is successive disintegration? When a radioactive nucleus disintegrates with the emission of either alpha rays or beta rays or gamma rays, the original atom from which these rays are emitted, that particular atom, it will be called as a parent atom. That parent atom, after emitting alpha or beta or gamma rays, it will change into a new atom which is called as the daughter element. So we have parent atom which emits alpha, beta, gamma radiations, and you get those radiation plus a new atom which will be daughter atom. If this daughter atom which is formed, it is also unstable, then it will further disintegrate to form another new radioactive atom which may be stable or unstable. So again that daughter atom, it will undergo further disintegration. So this chain of disintegration to form number of daughter elements till at the end a stable element is formed will continue. I'll explain again. You have a parent atom. It will emit either alpha ray or beta ray or gamma ray, and it will form a daughter atom. Now this daughter atom, it may be stable or it may be unstable. If it is unstable, it may again emit alpha, beta or gamma rays, and it will again form second atom. Now this second atom which has formed, it may also be unstable. So again it will emit alpha, beta or gamma rays, and again it will form another new atom. So this chain, it will continue unless and until you get a stable element at the end. So this chain of reactions, it is called as successive disintegration. Now we were at the radioactive series. So there exist three naturally occurring disintegration series of radioactive elements. Each series basically originates from an original parent element, the first member of the series. Okay, so each of the series finally merged into stable element. Unless and until you have a stable element, the reactions will go on and on and on. So generally the stable element which is formed, it is lead with atomic number 82. In a given series, some are beta active while others are alpha active. So they will obey Soddy-Fussen's displacement law. So let's see what is Soddy-Fussen's displacement law. Now suppose you have alpha decay. So when a radioactive nucleus with atomic number Z and atomic mass number A, it undergoes alpha decay, it results in a formation of daughter nucleus and alpha particle. This arrow, it should have been little up, that got shifted. Yeah. So this is parent atom. It gives daughter atom and alpha particle. Alpha particle, it is nothing but helium nuclei. So emission of alpha particles, when emission of alpha particle occurs, mass number reduces by 4, atomic number reduces by 2. That is what Soddy-Fussen's displacement law is. Now this alpha emission, it is typical of elements heavier than bismuth. Okay. Next, for beta decay. So in case of beta decay, when a radioactive element, this parent atom, it emits beta particle, it is nothing but electron. It emits electron, you will get daughter atom. Now this, again this arrow, it got shifted here. Yeah. So the daughter element, it will have atomic mass number same as that of the parent nucleus, but its atomic number will change. Okay, so Z will change to Z plus 1. and the excess mass due to beta emission, the atomic number Z of the parent increases to Z plus 1 and atomic mass number remains same as neutron inside the nucleus is spontaneously transferred into a lighter proton. The excess mass, it is being expelled in the form of fast moving electron. That is how in earlier lecture we have discussed that electron does not exist inside the nucleus, but it is the nuclear neutron which get converted into proton, and that is how electrons are emitted. Next, third one is gamma decay. So when a radioactive nucleus undergoes gamma decay, it results in the formation of a daughter nucleus. So here the star is there. Star indicates that it is an excited state nucleus. So here there is no change in atomic number or atomic mass number, but the energy of that particular nucleus, it is reduced during gamma emission. So generally, whenever atom, it emits either alpha ray or beta ray, it is always left in the excited state. So gamma emission, it is always followed by alpha or beta emission. Next is radioactive series. At present, the known four such series are uranium series, actinium series, thorium series, and neptunium series. So this series show the graphs of what series, in the sense it is just a graph of atomic mass number versus atomic number, or against charge, you say. So common features of these graphs lie at the root of either alpha decay or beta decay. This phenomenon is known as branching. I'll show you what is branching. So the slanting arrow indicates alpha decay, that is an arrow pointing left, it will indicate alpha decay. A horizontal arrow pointing right, it will indicate beta decay. Let's see the diagram first. So see, this is the actinium series. So yeah, so initially you have let's see, suppose uranium series we see. So initially you have uranium 238 nucleus over here. Then this arrow, it is left arrow pointing towards left. So this will be, this is showing alpha emission. So alpha emission, so during alpha emission we know that mass number reduces by 4 units. So from 238 you got thorium 234. Now here the arrow is pointing right, that means beta emission is taking place. We know that when beta emission takes place, atomic mass number remains same. So here you have uranium 234, same. After that, again alpha emission, alpha emission, alpha emission, alpha emission is taking place. So here mass number reduced by 4 units, so 230, then reduced by 4 units, 226, then reduced by 4, 222, then again reduced by 4, 218. That way the process will continue. This is called as branching. Okay, same, it is true for thorium series. Same kind of thing is happening. Alpha, beta, alpha, 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 alpha emission, beta, beta, that way. This is thorium series, this is neptunium series. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching.